All right, everybody. We're going to talk about some Africans today. Um, we got a couple of questions to ask, right? One is why the Africans that live in America won't unite with Black Americans? And why are Nigerians notorious coons? We got the Thunder Princess today with us, hailing all the way from Africa. We're going to have a conversation about this, see if we can come up with some answers. It's Team Black Star up right now. Hit it, Dane. everybody? This is Team Black Star. I am the Black Knight. I'm here with the Thunder Princess, hailing all the way from Ghana, Africa. This show is an African show. This is all African based. We talk about everything African and African American here on Team Black Star. And we got a couple of things we want to talk about today. One of the things we're going to talk about is why are Nigerians sellouts? Why? We're also going to talk about the Africans that live here in America. Why won't they try to connect with the African Americans? What is that all about? We got plenty of Africans from Africa living in this country, but for some reason they don't want to connect with their American brothers and sisters. So we're going to try to find out why that is today. Like I said, we have the Thunder Princess hailing all the way from Ghana, Africa. We'll be talking back and forth with her. Before I bring her, first of all, let me introduce her. Thunder Princess, are you there? Abby, get her off mute, please.
I'm here.
How are you? Welcome to the show this morning. How you feel?
I'm good. And you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Shout out to the UK in the building. Israelites. Afternoon from the UK, Ebony. Appreciate it. Afternoon to you too.
Yeah.
Coming in from the UK. The Thunder Princess is here. So we're going to be talking. So Abby, let's get into this. First of all, let's start with the Nigerians. Okay.
Okay.
Now I don't make no bones about how I don't like Nigerians. Okay. Because they are notorious sellouts. Okay. Now you're from Africa. You know you have an intricate knowledge about Nigerians. Is this something that comes from their homeland? Why are they
Yes.
such sellouts?
Okay. This is the reason why Nigerians are sellouts, and I hate it. You see, they don't love money. That's why they sell out black people and they follow the white people
Hold on one second, Princess. You're breaking up. Give your Wi-Fi
because
a
they
minute to
following
catch up.
money.
Wait a minute.
They
You
don't
broke up though.
following the love of the brothers who have.
Wait a minute, y'all. We're having some technical difficulties. Hold on one second. Let me get us straight now. Abby,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you
Hello?
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clear.
Okay. Okay. You broke up
Yes.
there. Start it all over again. You broke up.
Yes.
Start it again. Uh huh. Go ahead. Start it again because we broke up. We couldn't really hear you. Okay. Just give us a second, y'all. I think she's live from Ghana right now, and sometimes their Wi-Fi screws up. So let's give her a minute to get herself together. Let me see. Is she still here? Yeah, she's still here. So let's give her time to get Wi-Fi together. But yeah, we're gonna talk about this because, like I said before, I don't like Nigerians, and it's because of my experience with many Nigerians in this country. They are notorious sellouts. They think they're white. They look down on black people. And this is just about every Nigerian I've ever met. I've only met maybe one or two Nigerians that wasn't like this. Okay. And I've met a lot of Nigerians over my years here in America, and they have all been sellouts with the exception of maybe one or two. Are you back, Princess?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, now start
Hello,
over.
I'm
We
back.
didn't hear you. Yeah, okay, start over. Why are
Okay.
Nigerians such sellouts?
Okay, this is how Nigerians being sell out because they follow money and they don't care about the kind of blood that our forefathers for our brothers and sisters who in America say they don't have this kind of love for brothers and sisters at all. They following money. That's why they try to bow down and kiss the shoes of white people.
Hmm. Yeah, they don't seem to have any problem doing that either because they seem to do that with ease. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have black Americans who are sellouts because God knows we have our fair share of sellouts too. But these Nigerians, man, and I mean, they own huge businesses over here. They won't hire anybody black. Okay, as a matter of fact, I don't even know if they hire other Africans. They may hire some Nigerians, but I know they hire Mexicans. I've seen them hire Mexicans, but I've never seen a black American working at a Nigerian business. You know,
Yeah, because of their mindset.
right? And then it's also right when you talk to them, they have the same talking points as a white racist. Oh, you black Americans are lazy. You know, forget about slavery. Slavery happened so long ago. You are just lazy. You don't want nothing. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. That is the way they sound. I've heard this from many of them. This is the kind of position that they take against African Americans over here. Now, how do you deal with them? Are they the same way in Africa or they just get like that when they come over here?
Okay, they are the same in Africa, even especially I'm in Ghana and we have a lot of Nigerians in Ghana. And the kind of way they treat their own people who is Ghanaians and they are black is like the same way they treat Americans who in America. Not just because they are in America and they are treating them badly, but they do the same thing in Ghana as well. They don't care about who you are. They don't mind about you being murdered or something. Always they think about them alone. They don't think about anyone else,
Hmm.
whether you moving forward or not.
Right. And you know, and I don't mean to sound mean against all Nigerians. It's obvious I don't know all Nigerians. I'm only talking about the ones I've met, and I've met a lot of. I'm 54 years old. I've met a lot of Nigerians. Okay, and I haven't. This only out of all the ones I've met in my lifetime, I could only say legitimately maybe one, maybe two. That wasn't a sellout. I mean, every last one of them were nothing but sellouts. And I even hate having conversations with them because as soon as you start talking to them, they talk down to you like you're insignificant, and then they blame you for the condition that you're in this country. You know, they say that you're lazy, you don't want to do nothing. The white man is good for you. One Nigerian told me that the white man is good for black people,
Because
and
that's
that we
what they are
should.
following for.
Right. They said that we should kiss the white man's boots because the white man give us life here in this country and give us all this opportunity. I was like, wow, you know, I don't know where they get this from, but they have a lot in this country. They got huge businesses. I've delivered, you know, driving trucks. I've delivered loads to some of the businesses that they own. They own some big businesses over here in America. And they are in those businesses, they have white people working there. They have Mexican people working there. They don't have any black Americans working there at all. They don't have any black Americans, but they got white people working there.
Yeah, yeah,
You
because
know,
they want you to their booties and you are not doing it. So they don't want to be with you and they don't want to join together with you to open up a business or be in one company. And when they are one company with you, they will try to let you lose the job. They sell out with
What
everything they do.
one of them told me, right? He said, "Well, we're Nigerians. We like black people." But then they turn around and say, "Well, we like white people too." I'm confused, man. What are Africans doing? What is any African doing saying that they love white people? I don't even understand that. Like,
Okay, I think
how do you
some of the
yeah. Hmm.
okay, some of the Africans who doesn't know much story about Black Americans, they are the people. It's not Nigerians. I'm not talking about Nigerians, but like some of the Africans who doesn't know much about American stories or the history. They are the people who says they love white people because they think, or even when the Nigerian people come back home, they tell us, look, Americans, they don't need anything. Black Americans doesn't need anything. So don't cry for them. They are safe.
Yeah,
They are
see,
okay.
see what I mean? They're over here in this country and they know that they're full of shit. So they go back to Africa and tell the other Africans that black people are in the land of milk and honey over here and we're living like kings and queens over here. So they're coming back lying to you, and because they're your countrymen, you think they're telling the truth. Abby?
Right. Yeah, right. Right. So they don't want, so the Africans who says, oh, we love black white people instead of black people in America, because of what Nigerian people have been telling us and what we have been hearing from the white people, because we don't know the history. Some of
Mm-hmm.
us doesn't know the history, and we don't try to know it up to now. That's the problem we are having. That's why we always fight to be with the white people own blood. That's the problem we are
Let me,
having.
now, you know what? That's perfect. Now, let me ask you this. Getting away from the Nigerian sellouts for a minute, right? Let's move over to this
Okay.
part right here. We have a lot of Africans living in America, not just Nigerians. We have Ghanaians over here, Somalians, we have
Right.
Ethiopians. I don't know if anybody from Gambia over here or Papua New Guinea or anything like that, but I know we have Ghanaians over here. We have a large Ghanaian population. We have even a larger Ethiopian population. And now, just recently, Somalia, they're making their presence felt over here too. Nigerians have always been over here. I think by far the Nigerians are the most Africans over here in this country. It could be it could be Ghanaians or Ethiopia. I don't know, but I know it's a lot of them. Okay, so
Okay.
now why won't the African communities like the Ghanaians, the well, we know the Nigerians don't give a shit, but why the Ghanaians, the Somalians, the Ethiopians, why won't they try to connect or reach out to the Black Americans that are over here in this country? Even though they're living over here, they stay to themselves.
Okay.
Why is that? Why we're not connected? Because Black Americans here, like people from Africa saying, come back home, right? The Ghanaian government say, okay, come back home. We know what happened to you. Come back home,
Right.
right? And so Americans,
Right.
Black Americans saying, well, you're saying that, but you're here in this country now and you won't connect with us. So what do you mean come back home? You have a community that's 3 blocks away from me, and you don't want to have nothing to do with me. Okay? I live in one
Okay.
community, and if I walk 3 blocks to west, there's a whole Ethiopian community right there that don't want to have anything to do with me. But you're saying come back home. So we're having a hard time understanding if you're saying come back home, but you don't want to have nothing to do with me while you're right here in the country with me. It's kind of confusing. So shed some light on that.
Okay. Okay. The reason why it seems like they are not connected to you over there is because when they are coming to America, there is some of kind of rules and regulation that the white people have been telling them. When you don't know and you connect to your people to Africa, allow me to so then they are trying to base on their own without connecting to their brothers and sisters over there in America.
Right. But here's the problem with that, though, right? You have, okay, if you have Ghanaians or if you have Ethiopians or Somalians, right? Let's take the Somalians, for example. Okay. They hear the government
Okay.
in Africa reach out to Black Americans and say, we know what happened. What happened to you was terrible. We want you to come back home. You're welcome to come back home. You're our lost children. You're our lost brothers and sisters. They hear that and still won't reach out, and they're in this country and still won't reach out to African Americans, even after they heard their countrymen claim us and say, "Yeah, we are African. We are the lost, children of Africa, right? That happened during slavery. We are African. We are the children of Africa," and they still won't reach out to us. Okay. You also got the Ghanaian community. They won't reach out to us. You got the Ethiopian community. They won't reach out to us. The Somalian community won't reach out to us. And they're right here in this country and still won't have anything to do with us. So it's confusing, and it
Yes.
makes you kind of wonder: is the message genuine when it's coming from Africa when they say come back home?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very genuine that they are calling you to come back to Africa because when they bring you to Africa, the connection can be quick and it can be click more than in America because they know in Africa we have a lot of black. All our things are blacks. Our police, our militaries are blacks. But in America, we have a different continent. We have a different country, which is America, and then we cannot fight them over there while we are from Africa. But when we bring you from America to Ghana or Africa, that one we can protect you and guide you and teach you. That's why they're calling you to come back home because they know they cannot fight over there, but they can fight over here in Africa.
Hmm. Okay. Highly Favored said Africans have their own clique. I feel if we move back to Africa, we will be an outcast as we are here in America. So what do you say
No,
to Highly Favored? Highly Favored saying that basically, damn if we do, damn if we don't. If we move back to Africa, you see, you got to understand something too, right? These kind of questions are coming from Americans who live here in this country, right? Who
mm-hmm.
also see the African populations in this country that don't want to do nothing with us, right? And so she's saying, well, wait a minute. If we move back to Africa, will we be outcasts like we are here in America?
No, you are not going to be because for Africa here, you are going to be with your own people, and there's a lot of black people here, and that one you see the way you are being in rain season over there in America, you are not going back to Africa to be in rain season. So even that one alone can tell you that you are not going to be outsider.
Okay,
You are
okay,
going to
okay,
be
okay. I hear what you're saying, right? Now, we can say, okay, now they can sell us that story, right? They can say, hey, you won't be discriminated against, okay, because we're all black, right? Okay, they can sell that story, and that story can be true. But what about the exploitation? See, exploitation is even worse than slavery. It's worse than it's actually worse than racism. Hold on one second. Exploitation is just as bad as racism
okay.
because if you're bringing us over there just to exploit us, then that's not telling us that you love us. and that you really, account us as one of your own. If you're just bringing us over there to exploit us,
Yeah, I know that,
you
but
understand?
yeah, I understand that. But you see, expectation will not be our expectation for our brothers and sisters who are in America. Is very huge and it's very big
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
because
So, so Sean Bird said he met some Nigerians that was cool. I wonder where that was because I ain't never met none of them that were cool. They were always sellouts. Now they're not like uh, flat out crazy to you, but trust me, they treat you with a long handed spoon. So I'm not sure where if Hassan said he met some that were cool. I have never met one. You know, they were always disingenuous. They was always selling out, and they always talked down to us. Good, Abby.
yeah, you see what the expectation that Africans we are having for our brothers and sisters who in America is very big. We are expecting
Mm.
them that they will come back home and connect with us with the ancestor that they have lived or they have left them for a long time. And we are not bringing you back home to treat you badly or to take whatever you want or whatever you have from you, but we are connecting to bring you here to teach you what you have not learned for so many years. Let you know what you need to do. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I fell off. Good.
Yeah. So
Mm.
that is what everyone
Okay, she having trouble with the
is
communication.
expecting. Huh? I don't
Mm.
know if anybody can hear me or not.
I'm here.
Yeah, can hear you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that is it. The African expectation is very huge for brothers and sisters in America. So for me, what I'll tell you is that you see, this is a time that you have to have a connections with Africans, have a connections and ask them questions. Let them teach you what you're supposed to know. If you don't want to come back to Africa, but let them teach you some of the things that you're going to know before coming back to Africa. You understand?
Well,
Yeah, because
right,
you
right,
need
right.
some of the knowledge.
Okay. Howdy Favor had a question earlier. She said, "How is it that Africans?" And you know what? And you know what? And this, a lot of a lot of African Americans feel this way. Even now, they feel this way, right? Now, I know what you've told me. Okay,
Yeah.
I believe you. I understand. But a lot of African Americans feel this way. She had this question: how is it that Africans don't know about slavery? We can't figure that out because if we were sold into slavery from Africa, how in the world y'all don't know about slavery? We can't figure that out. Like, what do you mean y'all
Okay.
don't know? Like, we our people were sold out of
Okay.
Africa, right?
Yeah, that time we also were in slavery in Africa here. So it seems like no one is going to fight or no one is going to look at somebody's issues because you're also in the same problem and we are fighting for our
Mm-hmm.
own. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So no one is reading, no one is looking for anybody's issues which is going on. We know they
Right.
send you from
Well, no, no, no,
Africa
no,
to
no, no, no,
America.
no, no,
We
no,
know.
no. No, no, no. We understand that because you probably had your own problems doing it too. We're talking about 400 years later. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about 400 years ago when it was all going down, right? When we were all enslaved, okay? They had, Africans were enslaved, African Americans were being enslaved, whatever. We're talking about 400 years later We can't understand how y'all don't know about what happened 400 years later. That's what we can't figure out. How is it that you got Africans walking around today, or even 10 years ago, or even 20 years ago, or even 30 years ago, and don't know about the slavery that went on here in this country? We find that very hard to believe.
Right. I know you find
Yeah.
it very hard to believe,
Yeah.
but you see, this is the kind of way that you have to believe it. Because if we are not seeing it that way, that moment, that time, it was like, okay, there was a slavery in America. We know it. But here's the
Okay,
case
now
that,
I'm sorry. Let me cut you off. Now you see, this is the kind of heat that comes from Americans, Black Americans to Africans when they say come back home, right? Here, this is what Holly Favor said, right? She said African Americans have been here 400 years, and y'all just now wanting us to come back home. Also, she says you have 54 countries in Africa, and not one of them stood up for us. Not one of them fought for us. Not one country. What do you say to
okay,
that?
yeah, yeah, I understand that we didn't, no one country fought for you, but you see, what they do tell us, because they tell us you live in king and queen over there. So we also know that you okay over there, even though you were in slavery. That's our mindset over here.
Yeah, because
Most of
yeah, because,
Africans.
but you see, nobody came over here other than Nigerians. There was more than Nigerians over here. There were Africans over here during slavery. Ethiopians were over here during slavery. So you saying no other Africans came over here to see what was going on and see how we were being brutalized by this monster that Nigerians say that they love, where they were murdering our children, setting people on fire, and all kinds of stuff like that, hanging people from their necks, barbecuing people in the middle of the street. Okay, so you're saying
Yeah.
that there were no Africans that came over here to see what was going on and went back and told Africans, hey, it's our brothers and sisters are in trouble over there. We need to
No
help them.
one came.
Nobody came back and said that.
Nobody came to tell us. No one came to tell us over here. And we cannot also find out because there's no news that they were proclaiming. They did not even show anything of you on television or social media for us to know. And that time, there's no social media. Where are you going to figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
That is a problem we were having. And the people who came over there did not come back to tell us what actually happened over there. Only thing they
Mm-hmm.
tell us, okay, you feel good and there's no problem.
But you see, the problem y'all going to run into with that is the 400 years. You see, if we were talking about 400 years ago, then you can sell people that, right? But the problem you're going to keep running into with African Americans is the 400 years after. After that, you had many Africans who came to this country. Ton of Ethiopians. Nigerians were here first. Maybe you had ton of Ethiopians. You had Somalians. I don't know about the Senegal people, but Ghana just started coming maybe 20 about 30 40 years ago. You got Ghanaians, and they didn't even bother to try to find out why we are the way we are. You just listen to. This is what we have a problem with. You come over here and you live among us. You don't want to come to us. You didn't even try to find out what happened to us, and now you live in this country, and you're still not trying to find out what happened to us. See, that's the problem. What's making it hard is the Africans who already live over here, who've been living here after those 400 years, right? When
Mm-hmm.
slavery was over, then you had Africans come from Africa and live in this country. You're gonna tell me that they didn't tell you what happened over here? They never came to try to figure out what happened to us. They never tried to connect to us, talk to us.
No.
And they live here in this country, and you're gonna tell me you don't see the racism? You don't see black people getting shot every day. You don't hear about black people being murdered, unjustly. How could you live in this country and you don't see that kind of racism? That's what we're having a problem with. It's kind of like you're turning a blind eye to what's going on with us over here because it's really hard for you not to see what the hell is going on over here. That's the problem y'all going to face when y'all say, well, we didn't know. Then black Americans are going to come back and say, well, you were living over here after slavery. What do you mean you didn't know? You didn't
Yeah.
find out. You didn't see. You didn't see the racism. You didn't see black people being lynched. You didn't see the killings that were on TV. You didn't see any of that. How is it that you lived in this country and you did not see the racism? We don't understand that.
They see it, but they did not tell us over here. You see, for those people who were there, they see it. But when they come back home, they did not proclaim the news to everybody in Africa to know what is going on in America. You see, that's the problem we are having now. You see, I agree with Americans saying that why is it that we did not figure out knowing what is going on with them? Yes, it's true. But
Mm-hmm.
because the people, our brothers who are from Africa, and they came over, they did not figure out to tell us what is going on with our brothers and sisters in America.
Well, I mean, no, before you don't need no African scholar to answer these questions. They don't want to. They don't want to answer these questions because these are tough questions. You
Right.
know, these are tough questions. The Thunder Princess is fearless, so she's not going to run from these questions. So she's probably going to be the realest African that you're going to come up to, that's going to stand here and stand her ground and answer these tough questions. You know, so
Right.
and my thing is, like I said, the problem here is the biggest problem is the 400 years. That's the problem. It's really hard to get around that because when you look at what happened after that, you have plenty of Africans that came over here from Africa, set up shop, carved out a niche for themselves with their own little communities. You got the Somalian community, you got the Ethiopian communities over here, and you got the Ghanaian communities. They got their own communities over here. Some of their communities are 3 and 4 blocks away from the hood,
Hmm.
and they still won't connect with it. They still don't want to have nothing to do with us. And so, so it's kind of it's like this here. You have a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had a party with a lot of people, a lot of food and drink. After the party was over, there was a big mess left in the house. Bunch of garbage everywhere, half-eaten food, paper plates, whatever. And then you got people, and so people come in afterwards and walk right past the garbage and act like they don't see it, act like they don't smell it. You know what I'm saying? You come and say, hey, do you see this garbage? What garbage? And they just keep coming in and leaving acting like they don't see the garbage. But they see it. And this is the problem with a lot of, so it's not that, I'm not saying that we are angry to the point where we don't think that the Ghanaian government or the people in Africa are disingenuous when they say, come back home. But we are a little apprehensive because you're here in my country. You can come over here. You're here right now. You can embrace us over here. Why do we have to come all the way back there for you to embrace us when you have Ethiopians right here? You have Somalians right here. You have Ghanaians right here, Nigerians right here. Why is it that you can't come in our neighborhoods and embrace us right now?
I think they are afraid to come to your hood and embrace you over there. For me, that's what I think.
See, because I'm thinking if y'all would come from your communities into our, let me tell you something. African Americans respect Africa because of our ancestors. If you come into our communities, nobody is going to harm you. You're our ancestors. You're going to, if you come into our communities, ain't nobody going to try to attack you or anything. You're African. You are our ancestors. So we're going to welcome you into our community. So if you come into our community, if you came into our community and started embracing us right now, or embracing us 10 years ago, hugging us, talking to us in our communities, man, you probably would have half of Black America right now in Africa.
Right.
It'll
Yeah,
only
but you
probably,
know the
yeah.
reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, but you know the reason why they can't come to your communities and embrace you over there or talk to you one on one over there. You see, they kind of be afraid when they reach. I think that was what someone told me when he reached America. They told them that hey, you don't need to go to these black communities or this black road. You have to go to the white premises road. Don't connect with the black people over here. There are some kind of ways. There are these. You see, they tell them a whole lot of stories. So when they also get there, they don't want to involve themselves to you people or black Americans who are there. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? That's the
Mm-hmm.
problem which is here in the middle of Africans who are in America and they are not mingled with the black Americans over there.
All right, give me the. Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted. Say it one more time. I'm sorry about that. I was distracted by something. I had to
Okay.
fix something real quick.
This is what someone told me. He's from Ghana and he went back to America and he said the moment you reach the airport, they influence you that hey, you don't need to you don't need to mingle with your brothers or your black Americans who are in America. Go to the white communities, don't mingle with them. If you mingle with them, we are going to kill you, do you this. And they also afraid because they haven't been with them a long time. They don't know how they sound, they don't know how they do their things. So they also believe in them more than the black Americans who are there. So they don't want to mingle with the black Americans because of what they've been told.
Well, okay. B1 for life says, Abby, that you can't answer for all of Africa. Each country within Africa will have to be questioned for us to really get a better understanding. I don't know if every country in Africa was involved. Especially the far away ones, like way out there, like Kenya, Gambia, and all of them. I don't even know. I don't even know if they even know anything at all about. Uh, I've never met a Kenyan in America. I'm not saying they're not here. I've never seen one. I've never met anyone from Kenya here in America. Okay, so I'm not even sure if they even come to this country. I've never even met. I've never met. I've only met Nigerians, Ethiopians. I met a lot. I've been a ton of Ethiopians. I met a boatload of Nigerians who I don't like. Um, I've never met anyone from Kenya. You know, Uh, so what do you say to be one for life, Abby? When he's saying that you can't speak for all of Africa?
Okay, yes, right, because Africa is a wider country or widely continent. So I must speak for where I am living. Yeah, because okay, I'm in Africa, but I'm in Ghana.
Mm,
So I can speak for Ghana, I can speak for Nigeria, I can speak for Kenya, I can speak for Uganda. You understand? Yeah,
mm.
because I'm not in Uganda, I'm not in Kenya, I'm not in South Africa,
Right,
but
right.
I'm
You
in
can't speak
Ghana.
for right. You can't speak for Angola, or
No,
Senegal. No, we're not asking her that. We're just asking her to speak from her perspective as a Ghanaian because Ghanaians got a large population over here too, and they don't want to have nothing to do with us. So we're just asking her to speak from her perspective, as a Ghanaian, and she is speculating to a point when it comes down. We acknowledge there is some speculation here when it comes down to Nigerians, but that's just our personal experiences with Nigerians. So we will concede that there's some speculation there, but she is a Ghanaian, and Ghanaians also have a decent population over here in America, and the Ghanaian government. I don't know if it was the government. Who was it? Abby, was it the government or was it somebody who reached out to Black
it was the
Americans?
it was the government
Right,
who reaches. Yeah.
right. And the Ghanaian government reached out to African Americans and said, "Hey, we know what happened to you. You know what? I got to give Ghana credit for even acknowledging what happened. Up until then, we had nobody from Africa even acknowledging anything about us. So, if anything, we got to give props to the Ghanaian government for even coming out and acknowledging what happened to us. Period. And understanding that it was a great tragedy and that is something that has to be corrected. It's something that has to be made up for. And they want us to come home. But what we're talking about, yeah, we hear you say that, but we have some of you here in America now, and you won't embrace us. That's what we're talking about. We heard what your government said, but you got your people over here who live with us and live among us and still won't have nothing to do with us. Even after the Ghanaian government said those things, the Ghanaians over here still don't want to have nothing to do with Black Americans. Go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, I think because they are following money and they are not following love for their brothers over there. I think the Ghanaians who are there and they are not reaching to their brothers and sisters or the brothers and sisters who are in America and they are following, I think is because they are following money and they don't want to reach to their brothers and sisters over there. They don't care about them, but because of the money, that's why they are there. That's how
Okay.
I'll put it.
Okay. Holly Favor says she has a little Ghana DNA in her blood, so that means that they sold her ancestors. So she's blaming to some extent Ghana selling her ancestors to America. And she's also saying that Ghana wants us back for money.
No, no. You see, okay, right, right. Ghana
Mm.
wants you back because they know you have worked along and you have the money and you can bring it to the continent to make the continent your home, to raise the continent. Now, look at what is going on in the continent. we have a whole lot of Chinese over here. We have a whole lot of Asians over here trying to take what you have to suppose. You, the Black Americans, our brothers and sisters, you are those people who have to take those things that the Chinese are taking now. Because those things belongs to you. It doesn't belong to the Chinese or the Asians. So that's why they are calling you. They're not calling you to maybe to take the money from you without getting anything from it, but they are calling you to come and build something, and then we can be family.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is the land of our ancestors over there still exists, and the Chinese are trying to take that land when you want the Black Americans to come back over here and reclaim the land of our ancestors.
Right.
Hmm. I mean, that makes you think a little bit,
Right.
because, are we going to lose? Okay. Okay, so Highly Favored says, y'all should have asked for our help before they started letting Chinese in. See, to me, the Asian man is no different than the white man. They're the same man as far as I'm concerned. All right. And that Asian man is just as ruthless, if not even more ruthless than whites. Okay. But
Yeah.
so
Right.
right, so they're saying, so Highly Favored is saying, should have asked for our help before they started letting Chinese people in. What do you say to that? You see, the whole problem is, like I said, I'm not saying that Black people should not go back to Africa. I do believe we should go back to Africa. It is the land where our ancestors came from. I do believe we need to go back there and find out what the hell is going on, and kick somebody in their ass over there who don't belong there. But what I'm saying, it's going to be a hard sell because of what happened after them 400 years. Now, during the 400 years, you can get away with that because you're saying that you were also enslaved in Africa. All right, we get all of that. But the problem is afterward. That's the biggest problem. What went down after that? And after that, many Africans of different tribes came to this country and turned a blind eye to what they saw. That's the problem you're going to have. Okay, B1 for Life was speaking to the point that how coming Africans don't know about slavery. But why? Why they don't, B1? That's what we trying to we don't understand why they don't. We can't figure that out. What are Africans doing coming over here with no understanding of slavery or no understanding of what happened to us in this country and live in this country and is totally oblivious to what is going on? They're turning a blind eye to what's going on right now. Now, Abby,
Yes.
Holly Favor says she believes that we should go back to Africa, but she believes we also will be abused until we mix into the African generations.
I don't
So
see
it's
it
kind
that
of,
way.
yeah, so it's kind of like, remember we talked about the Obroni thing?
Right.
So it's kind of like we're going to be called Obroni until we mix completely into the Africans. So she's
Right.
saying we're going to be
Right.
abused, but she's saying we're going to be abused.
You are not going to be abused. Sorry, you are not going to be abused because If they are trying to call you home, that means they have this kind of loving, passionate love for you. If they don't have passionate love, they are not going to call you home.
Yeah, but you see, I hear what you're saying. That's a hard sell. Though. You see, I don't know if you understand what we're talking about, right? You have Ghanaians in this country that are still turning their back on us. They can embrace us right now here in this country. There's nothing stopping Ghanaians from coming into African American communities, and embracing African Americans. Nobody is going to attack you because African Americans see Africans as ancestors. We
Right.
have a strong respect for our ancestors. We love our ancestors. We see you as our ancestors. Ain't nobody going to harm you. Trust me. You're not in any danger if you come into the black communities. Okay, because we respect we see you as our ancestors. But we're trying to figure out why you're down the street from us and won't come over here and say nothing to us. You won't even reach out to us. See, that's the problem when you say, okay, we want you to come back home, but you're here in my country. You can reach out and touch me right now and won't do it. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, if the Ghanaian government says come back home, all right, let me go down the street here. I know that there's a Ghanaian community 2 blocks away from me. So let me go over here to the Ghanaian community and embrace my brothers. I go over there and the Ghanaians don't want to have nothing to do with me. I say, hey, my brothers, my ancestors, the the government in Ghana just said that they want us to come home, that we are family, we are blood. And then they turn me away because they say we're not African or they don't want nothing to do with me. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to embrace me. They don't want to do nothing. So now I'm confused. You understand
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see it. I
You
know that
see,
you are
yeah,
confused.
right. That's the problem that you're having because you have a buffer in between you, in between Ghana in Africa, and the Ghanaians over here in America. Because the Americans are taking the behavior of the Ghanaians over here in America, right? And thinking that the Ghanaians in Africa are the same way. So we
Right.
thinking that, yeah, if the Ghanaians over here don't want to embrace us, then maybe your government is being disingenuous about wanting us to come home because of what we see and how we're being treated by the Ghanaians that's always that are already in this country. And if that was the case, if they really loved us and really wanted us home, you live right down the street from us. You have your own community. You can come into our community anytime you want. And you're always welcome in our community because you're our ancestors. There is no Black American community that's not going to embrace you if you came into our community.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see you, we respect you as our ancestors. Nobody is going to hurt you. Nobody is going to harm you. You're going to get nothing but respect. Even the Nigerians get respect, and they ain't nothing but sellouts. But even they can come into the black communities and get respect. So there's really no reason for you not to come into our communities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so that's the problem that you're facing.
Right. I know.
Uh huh. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I know that these are the problems that most of American are angry with it because if we are calling you and we have our people over there who are not want to be with you, who are not want to connect with you, what else are we calling you back for? home because it's the same way we are going to do it over here. I understand what the people or the Ghanaians who are in America, it's not all of them are are the people who are here. You see, the people who are here is more than the Ghanaians who are in America. So when you
Mm-hmm.
come and you see with your, you can come for a visit, not just staying, but for a visit. Come and see how they will react to you, how they will be with you, how they feel you, how they'll mingle with you, and then you can talk about something. Okay, they are free with me, they are okay with me, they want to be with
Mm-hmm.
me like a brotherly or a sisterly love. That you know all these things before. If you want to stay here, you can stay in Africa or Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
You see, for me, for my knowledge, I wish everybody should come and have a visit to know what is
Mm-hmm.
going on, to know if
Mm-hmm.
she can or he can fail to live with the ancestors who are in Ghana
Mm-hmm.
before she will live here or he will live here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? B1 said something very interesting, right? He says that's why I said if we had Africans from each other country, I believe he's talking about within Africa, we could have an understanding of why they don't know about slavery. I don't even know if you can. I don't even know if you can get them all together like that. But Abby here is from Ghana. She can tell you why. Well, I don't even know if Ghana. No, we can't even say Ghana is a part of that anymore because Ghana was the first one to reach out to African Americans and acknowledge what happened. As a matter of fact, the Ghanaian government even gave us the origin of what happened to our people, even told us where our people came from, and even told
Wow.
said where and said that who was sold, right? So Ghanaian is out of that line. So the other people who are in line are the Senegals, the Kenyans, the other countries. How come they're not saying? How come they don't know about the slavery? How come they're not stepping up saying, yeah? Who else is saying it? Somebody else said it too. Was it the Ethiopians?
Yeah, I
Somebody
think
else called us back
Ethiopians
home
or
too. Yeah.
I think it was Ethiopian or no Ethiopian,
Hmm.
one of Ethiopian or Ghana.
Yeah,
I
somebody
think
else
it
called
is.
us home too. It wasn't just the Ghanaians. Somebody else called us home too. I can't
Right.
remember. But
It was two country.
right, yeah, yeah. It was two countries that called us back home. Now, yeah, and so I agree with what B1 says. So we got Ghana is off that Ghana is off that list though. Because like I said, they were the first one to acknowledge slavery and what happened to us. There's another country that's off that list too. We can't figure out which can't remember which one it was. But I agree with B1. These why just not it's just amazing how they come over here and don't have any history of slavery. It's just hard to believe. You know, it really is. Don't understand how they don't have any knowledge of slavery. Can't figure that out.
Right. I get it. Right.
You know, coming from Africa, not understanding that we were slaves here in this country is something I just can't figure out. And especially when you can say that they sold out people, and you got one country acknowledging that they sold out people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another country that also said the same thing, and we still can't figure out why they don't know about slavery. Can't figure it out. Okay, what's going on with highly favored Hassan Burton? What's going on in the chat?
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, I understand my people, my brothers, I understand it well. You have to figure something is better than you being there with all
Hmm.
kind of racism, killing your children, giving your children to alligators, chewing them. Yeah, it's better than you come back home to fix your communities, to fix your country, to fix your continent, to fix your brothers and sisters over here. Be with them. Love them as the way you love your brothers and sisters who's in America. Be with them, ask them questions, and
Yeah, but
know
that
what
way,
is going on.
yeah, but that's something that we got to build together because you're talking about, you know, we grew up here in this country as Black Americans. You know, many of us don't know anything about Africa. You know, we've never been there. We
Right.
don't speak the language. We didn't grow up in the customs or anything like that. So, you know, going back to Africa, you know, we're not going to know what to do because you know we're not from there. So we
Yeah,
don't know what to
right.
do.
And
What is going on over here? Is there an issue in the chat? Okay, so what's being said now? Fix my brothers, sisters, and country that sold my ancestors.
yeah, we know that your ancestors have been sold, but now it's not their fault that they sold them. They sold them. You see, you have to understand something over here. We have to understand something. It looks like we are having a big understanding of these issues which is going on between Africans and African Americans.
Hmm.
Moreover, the sorting out your ancestors have already happened. But here's the case. We have sit down and we have known that what we are saying was wrong. So we have turned back to calling you to fix you. That whatever we did to you, which was 400 years over, now we have sit down. We know that it wasn't good. We did not fight for you. We did not came over to let your children who been faked with alligators and those stuff. We did not come over to help you out. But here's the case: we are here now to want you help, to protect you, to guide you, for you to know some of the things. That is why we are here. So you
Okay.
have to get some kind of understanding for us. Yeah,
Right. So basically, what you're saying is, y'all wasn't able to be there for us then, but you're here now.
right.
Okay. Well,
because when we are doing this and we said, okay,
Hmm.
because they are not there for us, when we were dying, they did not came over to help us, and we died, we been struggle. Now they are calling us. Yeah, we know.
Hmm.
I know these things. If it were to be me too, or if it were to be us, we also are going to be angry with you that
Hmm.
when the incident happens to us, you did not come over to help us over here. I know that it's
Hmm.
very painful, but here is the case. These kind of pains, we are begging you to cleanse these pains away, to wash these pains away, and be with your brothers and sisters. That's why we wanted to connect with you. That's why we wanted to be with you, for us to know some of the things that it has bothering you for a long time.
Hmm. Well, like I was saying, it's pretty tough because there's a lot of pain, But I don't know how Americans feel anymore. I know I've gotten over my anger. So I used to really have a problem with Africans, and I
Yeah,
got
if you
over.
start,
Uh huh.
yeah, if you
Go ahead.
started being connected with Africans, or you started being connected with them, asking them questions, having friends with them, that will make you know what's actually happened. And those times that Africans did not come over to save Black Americans' lives, you're gonna
Right.
definitely know.
And as far as why Africans don't know why, they don't know anything about slavery, country by country. That's kind of wishful thinking. I don't know if you're ever going to get all of them together. You got to pretty much go by whoever you can get your hands on. We happen to be blessed. We have a Ghanaian, so we can ask our Ghanaian why the Ghanaians didn't know anything about slavery, but comes out that they do, and they acknowledge it, and they acknowledge that it's wrong.
Right.
Okay, you know what? Okay, B1 just shed some light on the whole Ghana thing. I don't know why I let that escape me, but he's okay. The Ghanaians that came over here before were probably sellouts. They probably came over here and bought into that American stuff. And now that the Ghanaian government has reached out to us, they don't want to lose what they have. So they remain silent. So I'm looking at
Yeah.
it like this here, right? Then shouldn't the Ghanaians disown them? Because if they're going to sell out like that and not go with what the Ghanaians in Africa are saying about us and say, hey, these are our brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah.
Because look at what B1 said. B1 said, I give Ghana credit for the open arms. And for matter of fact, let me highlight that comment. I give Ghanaians credit for the open arms and for those Africans who came here. They were sellouts before they came because no matter what they were told at the airports about us, is no excuse. Okay, so he's saying that the Africans that came over here, they were already sellouts. They were sellouts before they even came to this country. Because no matter what they was told at the airport, it's no excuse. Because if we are your family, then can't nobody listen. If you're my family, can't nobody tell me something that's gonna make me turn against you.
It's
It's gonna make me not want to be with you, right? So The white people tell you, okay, don't go mess with them blacks, stay away from them blacks, and we'll give you benefits and stuff like that. So they sold out for the money, you know.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm not there, so maybe I'm gonna be agree with him. Yeah, because yeah, I haven't been in America before, so
Yeah, that's a good statement right there. You know, we never thought about that. Well, they sellouts before they came to this country. They probably had already. I don't know. Okay, maybe they wasn't like full sellouts. Maybe they had it in their mind. Okay, I'm going to America and I want to make my way with my family. Okay, so maybe they felt that they didn't want to let anything get in the way of their opportunities because you got to
right,
understand they right because they came from. And I'm not trying to make excuses for them. I'm just trying to provide another understanding. They were in poverty. Okay, so maybe they saw America as an opportunity to get out of poverty. And when you're in poverty for a long time, man, you get afraid. People become scared, and they're frightened to death about being poor again. So they're not going to just all willy nilly um, be ready to give that up. I mean, if you go from drinking muddy water to drinking clean water, you don't want to go back to drinking muddy water. If you go from scavenging, eating things off the ground and bugs and stuff, to eating steak and chicken and rice and having a healthy meal, man, you don't want to go back to eating bugs on the ground. So maybe some of them will put between a rock and a hard place.
right,
And if you have people who are leading their families, the people who are leading their families are going to look after their families every time. And if that means selling you out, that's exactly what they're going to do. Because they're going to take care of their family first. They don't want their children. They don't want their children starving. You know, they don't ever want their children starving again. Some people, like I was watching a woman who had all those kids, them 30 some kids. You know, she had to watch some of her kids die because she couldn't feed them all.
right,
Some of her kids died because she couldn't feed them all. And I mean that's terrible for a parent. So when you get somebody like that coming out of there and they get the chance to come to America, the so-called land of milk and honey, and they're being told, well, listen, if you stay away from this area with these brown people in it, we're going to give you benefits. They're going to take those benefits because
right,
they're not trying to let themselves starve again. They're not trying to let themselves. So so some of it I understand. Some of it to me is just preservation. But when you get like the Nigerians who are just selling out, completely, that's a whole different story. But it's kind of like again, you have people who are hungry, and they know that these people are hungry, and they know at that point they're going to do anything. So they say, hey, well, we don't want you hooking up with your with these African Americans. Lead them to us, and we'll give you benefits. Most likely they're going to take it because some of them are going to look at it as an American issue and not an African issue. Go ahead, Abby. Abby.
yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, so I think that's why most of the Ghanaians, I think they do because they are from a country that they are very poor, so they are going to save
Hmm.
themselves or survive, and they are not trying to save anyone. Yeah, because they are
Hmm.
afraid and they will just want to come out from poverty or something else.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. So for me, I think if they been sell out, I understand them in some kind of way that they been sell out.
Mm-hmm.
There's some kind of
Mm-hmm.
way too. I disagree that they sell out because even though when you are in the situation that is very bad, you need to understand that your people are there
Mm-hmm.
struggling, suffering. Reach to them. Let them know that you are here because of them. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Even though
Right.
you are struggling right here before going to America, let them know you are struggling, but you are going to be with your people. You are going to
Uh-huh.
be with your brothers and your sisters who have sold
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. Than rather than saying, okay, I'm suffering, so I just want to be with the people. No, that doesn't make that doesn't sound well to me. Very well.
Okay, y'all. Well, we have come. Yeah. So, like I said, it depends on the situation. A lot of those people were exploited and taken advantage of because if you know somebody is hungry and starving, like that black woman that was trying to feed all of her children, she had 39 children, and she actually had more than that. They died of starvation, and there was nothing that she can do. She just couldn't feed them all, and the fathers were nowhere to be found. It's. I don't want to turn it into a father thing, but these fathers are becoming more and more trifling. Okay, y'all, we're gonna have to shut it down. Apparently, the Thunder Princess is occupied with some stuff over there. So we'd like to thank y'all for coming out. Abby,
Yeah,
want to thank everybody for
yeah.
coming.
I thank everybody too.
Uh huh.
I thank everyone coming out to check on.
And give
I thank
us
everybody in the chat.
and give us a last message from Ghana. You know, before we get out of here.
Okay. Only thing that the message that I have for you, my brothers and sisters, that we love you and we really want you to make read to us and we want you to be with us, come together and fix our brothers and sisters in the country as well. That is the message I have for my brothers and sisters who's in America. We love you
Exactly.
all.
All right. And that's coming from the Thunder Princess, hailing all the way from Ghana, Africa, Miss Victoria Abeko. All right, y'all. This is the Black Knight. We signing off. Thanks for coming in, tuning in to the Team Black Star. We have big plans for this show. Eventually, we're going to have another African person on here with the princess. I won't be on no more. It's going to be a true African based Senate show, but that will be coming in the near future. So look out for the changes of Team Black Star in the future. Keep supporting the Ebony Star Network. Please like, subscribe, and share because they are messing with our numbers. They're always trying to. They try to shadow ban us. They're trying to stop our notifications. So help us by supporting and sharing what you see, and support the channel. Don't be afraid to support the channel. We need support to grow. So help us out. And again, like, subscribe, and share. Don't let them try to silence our voices. Don't let them dictate who gets to talk and who doesn't. For some reason, YouTube only wants the people who talk trash about other black people to shine. That's why the Kevin Samuels and the Manosphere are big on YouTube. That's all they want. People like myself and other people like us who uplift our people, they don't want us to shine. So the only way to fight that is you gotta like, subscribe, and share, put the word out, and support the channel. All right. Let's not let them dictate who gets to talk and who doesn't. Peace, power, unity, everybody. Holla at y'all next time.